Welcome to Crowns of Fire Episode 2. Today I would like to discuss my late game goals and just give a progress report on everything I've been working on. As you can see, the village has been decimated. Just absolutely leveled. This is like the only structure that is still here intact. And this is our villager breeding area. We just throw them a whole bunch of bread. And this is the only structure that stayed. Very crucial for our villager trading hall over here. This just little line here. Each of these is a module holding one villager. Each of these villagers offers a different trade. We have a whole bunch of different enchantments, maps, and all these emerald trades. Pretty much anything we're going to need, we're going to get from villagers here. I still need to add a few more rows of these to be able to trade all the enchantments and get a whole bunch of emeralds, but that's much later game. We've also constructed this small farm, which has kind of become obsolete since I've built a much larger version, which I will show in a minute. I've built a small building over there, and Jester has built a rather wonderful looking little barn here, although he has not completed it yet, and I don't know if he will because he's already moved on to his permanent base. But still, it's looking real great over here. This is a very small pumpkin farm, which I plan on making a much larger version later. This is extremely simple. These observers... Oh, there it went. Observe the stalks, and whenever the pumpkin grows, the stalk will connect to it, and it will detect it, and then this piston will go off, and the observer will not detect this piston going off, so it doesn't create this constant loop that you cannot stop. Therefore, the machine is actually collecting pumpkins when they grow, and not just constantly, well, sending off pistons until one grows. It makes for a much more efficient farm, and it's one of my very favorite farm designs. But I'd like to tweak it a bit and make it a bit larger and more efficient in the coming episodes. This over here is something I can't fully reveal yet, but this is intended to be my final mega base structure. It's just outlined in wool for the time being. This structure will be 200 blocks wide in each direction and 120 blocks tall. The impressive thing about this structure is not actually the build. I've built things like this before. I've done mega bases. This is not all that unique as in ideas. What I'm going to put inside of this giant structure, however, is going to be very interesting, and I've never quite seen anything like it in Minecraft before, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited to get cracking on this structure and just begin filling it in with the, well, project, I guess is what I'll call it for now. Here is my industrial district where I keep all of my farms that are automatic, just producing resources in the background. I come here, I AFK for a few hours, and I get more than enough resources to do whatever I need. This is an automatic bamboo farm. It is not the most efficient design you can find, but for a small server, this thing is perfect. It produces a ridiculous amount of bamboo even though it's not the best. And, well, I don't think I'll ever have to craft anything more efficient than this for myself personally, because this produces a ridiculous amount of bamboo and is actually quite simple. I constructed this design myself, and while there are probably ways to simplify this, I just wanted to get it out and get it built so it was producing in the background. There will be a video coming out on a tutorial for this machine here in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that if you would like to construct one yourself. This is my wool farm. It produces every color of wool in Minecraft at a pretty efficient rate. I did probably like 5 or 6 hours of AFK here, and these have produced around 9 to 10 stacks on average, which is a considerable amount of wool. I should never need to go gather wool or build anything else for wool, unless I just need a large amount for redstoning. Now this is my cactus farm. These farms are extremely simple. There will not be a tutorial for this. However, it is a farm. All you do is you just place fence posts 1 block up and in any direction of the cactus. And when the cactus grows, it will break it off and drop it down here automatically into this water stream, sending it down into a collection system. Now this farm is nearly as efficient as my bamboo farm. It produces mass quantities of cactus. In fact, it's started to overflow my machine. So I'll have to increase storage on that, but I should never have to collect cactus ever. Now, this is a prototype honey farm. This model is extremely slow, and I will be redesigning it later and attempting to make a better version. This was my first attempt at one of these, and while it has produced me enough honey to get what I need, it has not produced large quantities and requires a lot of attention. So honestly, for honey itself, I would just recommend collecting it by hand or looking up a tutorial, because this farm is not the simplest out there, and I had a lot of trouble figuring this one out. This is the final farm that I've constructed. It is a very crude iron farm. It is by no means fast or efficient. I will most definitely be reconstructing this farm later. It was just to try and get up iron for early game, and I would like to create a very large bulk iron farm later. But essentially all it is it's this zombie running on this track, scaring these 3 villagers over and over. Ooh, that was almost bad. Scaring those villagers over and over again until they spawn golems. The golems are forced to spawn on top of this farm because I used carpets to block all other spawn points. And they will spawn in water on top of this farm, which will then drop them into this section here. This is just a very simple collection system. It's just a minecart rail where they will be dropped in here. As you can see, we have run this farm a lot by the amount of poppies, which we just don't use. And we've produced a lot of iron. Multiple chests full of iron from this farm. This is a very slow farm. Whenever I create a large and efficient farm, I will never have to go find iron again. These farms are extremely efficient and just, well, they're amazing, honestly. They're one of the fastest and probably the best farm in Minecraft. So I will have a tutorial up for a bulk iron farm shortly. That catches us up on all the farms I've recently constructed. But these next clips are of me and Jester fighting the Wither in a rather interesting way. Please enjoy. I need you to place it on this one after I've jumped on this and we hear... That was 1.
After 2, isn't it?
It's after 3.
3.
There's 2. You'll hear the Withers, the Warden spawn.
And as soon as you set it off, right?
Yep. Go. He should spawn now. Oh crap, he's not spawning. There he goes. Run. Just run. Don't go back to where we were though. Just keep running in a direction. Run. 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 It's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you. Keep running.
Crap. Is healing faster. It's because it's flying. Last time it wasn't flying as much.
They're actually killing it. Yeah, they got it. They got it. They got it. Now we just
There it
got.
goes.
Oh goodness! I see 3 wardens on my screen. Got it. Got the star.
The zombie following me.
I have a warden on my tail.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and join us next time on Crowns of Fire. Goodbye.